The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, also known as the Artemis, was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It was located in the ancient city of Ephesus, near the modern town of Selçuk in present-day Turkey. Here is a detailed history of the temple. Origins and construction. 1. Early temples. The earliest known sanctuary dates back to the Bronze Age, around 800 BCE. Over time, the temple underwent several reconstructions. 2. The first major temple, around 550 BCE, the Lydian king Croesus financed the construction of a grand temple designed by the architect Chersiphron and his son Metagenes. This structure was built on a platform to protect it from floods and measured about 377 feet, 115 meters, in length and 180 feet, 55 meters, in width. Artemis, the goddess. 1. Goddess of the hunt and nature. Artemis was the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and wild animals. She was also associated with childbirth, virginity, and the protection of young women. In Roman mythology, she was known as Diana. 2. Twin sister of Apollo. Artemis was the twin sister of Apollo, the god of the sun, music, and prophecy. Both were children of Zeus and Leto. 3. Local deity in Ephesus. In Ephesus, Artemis was particularly revered and had a unique local cult. The Ephesians identified her with their own mother goddess, a fertility deity associated with nature and animals, often depicted with multiple breasts to symbolize her nurturing aspect. The temple's dedication. 1. Sanctuary and cult center. The temple served as the primary sanctuary for the worship of Artemis. It was a major center for her cult, attracting pilgrims and worshippers from across the Greek world. 2. Religious and cultural significance. The name Temple of Artemis reflects its primary purpose as a place of worship and religious rituals dedicated to the goddess. It also highlights the cultural significance of Artemis in Ephesus and the surrounding region. The name's legacy. 1. Historical recognition. The temple's association with Artemis contributed to its fame and recognition as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The grandeur and artistic achievements of the temple were seen as a testament to the goddess's importance and the devotion of her followers. 2. Enduring influence. Even after its destruction, the legacy of the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus continued to influence later religious and architectural developments. The stories and myths associated with Artemis and her temple remain an important part of ancient Greek history and mythology. Early temples and foundations. 1. Pre-archaic temples. Before the Grand Temple was constructed, there were smaller sanctuaries dedicated to Artemis on the same site. The earliest known structure dates back to around 800 BCE. 2. Archaic Temple. Around 550 BCE, a significant temple was built by the Lydian king Croesus. This was one of the earliest large-scale constructions on the site, designed by the architects Chersiphron and his son Metagenes. Major construction phases. 1. Design and planning. The temple was designed in the Ionic order, a Greek architectural style characterized by columns with scrolled capitals. The plans included a raised platform to protect the temple from flooding, a common issue in the area. 2. Foundation and platform. The foundation of the temple was built on a platform that was approximately 377 feet, 115 meters, long and 180 feet, 55 meters, wide. The platform was made of packed charcoal and sheepskins, which provided a stable and moisture-resistant base. 3. Columns and structure. The temple featured 127 columns, each 60 feet, 18 meters, high. The columns were arranged in a double row around the temple, creating a peristyle. The shafts of these columns were fluted, and the capitals were adorned with intricate scrollwork. 4. Construction materials. High-quality marble was used extensively, sourced from nearby quarries. The use of marble gave the temple its brilliant white appearance and allowed for detailed carvings and sculptures. Artistic elements. 1. Sculptures and reliefs. The temple was adorned with numerous sculptures and reliefs, including depictions of mythological scenes, gods, and goddesses. Some of the finest Greek sculptors, including Phidias and Scopas, are believed to have contributed to the temple's decoration. 2. Statue of Artemis. Inside the temple stood a large, ornate statue of Artemis. The statue depicted her with multiple breasts, symbolizing fertility and nurturing, and was made from a combination of materials, including gold, silver, ebony, and black stone. Rebuilding after destruction. 1. Destruction by Herostratus. In 356 BCE, the temple was deliberately set on fire by Herostratus. This act of arson destroyed much of the structure. 2. Reconstruction. The Ephesians quickly began rebuilding the temple, this time on an even grander scale. The new temple retained the same dimensions but was more elaborate in its artistic details. Contributions from Alexander the Great and other patrons helped fund this reconstruction. 3. Innovations and enhancements. The rebuilt temple incorporated advanced construction techniques and more ornate decorations. The columns, for instance, featured sculpted bases depicting scenes of mythical battles and deities. Final structure and legacy. 1. Completion and use. The reconstruction was completed around 323 BCE, and the temple continued to serve as a major religious and cultural center for centuries. 2. Decline and ruins. Despite its grandeur, the temple eventually fell into disrepair due to natural disasters, looting, and the rise of Christianity. By the time of the Gothic invasion in 262 CE and later the Christian iconoclasm in the 4th century CE, the temple was largely destroyed. 3. Archaeological rediscovery. The ruins of the Temple of Artemis were rediscovered in the late 19th century by British archaeologist John Turtle Wood. Excavations revealed the foundation and some surviving fragments, providing insights into its construction and significance. Religious significance. 1. Primary place of worship. The temple served as the main sanctuary for the worship of Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and fertility. It was the center of her cult in the region. 2. Pilgrimage site. As one of the most revered deities, Artemis attracted worshippers from across the Greek world. The temple was a major pilgrimage site where devotees came to offer sacrifices, gifts, and prayers. 3. Festivals and rituals. The temple was the focal point for religious festivals and rituals, including the annual Artemisia festival, which celebrated the goddess with processions, feasts, and athletic competitions. Cultural and social importance. 1. Economic hub. The influx of pilgrims and visitors boosted the local economy. The temple complex included a marketplace where merchants sold goods and services to the visitors. 2. Artistic center. The temple was adorned with sculptures and artworks created by some of the greatest artists of the time, making it a center for artistic and cultural expression. 3. Community gathering place. Beyond its religious functions, the temple served as a communal gathering place for the citizens of Ephesus, hosting various social and civic events. Architectural and engineering marvel. 1. Architectural achievement. The temple was one of the largest and most elaborate structures of its time, showcasing advanced Greek architectural techniques. Its grandeur and beauty earned it a place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. 2. Symbol of Ephesus's wealth and power. The construction and maintenance of such a monument